Hello?
Hey, I was looking
How's
at
it?
the timer. There we go.
Oh, I feel like I haven't seen you in weeks upon weeks upon weeks.
It's been a week.
No, it hasn't.
Yeah, since we
No.
last recorded.
Oh, we hopped on Zoom one time.
Oh, did we? See, I don't remember.
Yeah, because you had to get off because you went to help Kenton.
Oh, that's right. You're right. We
Yeah,
did. Okay. So I've seen you twice in 1 week.
there we go. That is not
Sad.
good. That's like a
It's
withdrawal
sad.
system.
I know. I know. It's like I haven't seen. It's like when you're on my live on Monday. I
I
was like,
know.
Lori's here. It's like I haven't seen her in forever. Because we went
It's
from talking almost every single day
yeah,
to days where
I
there's
know.
just nothing. So, but
Not Laura.
life is lifing.
Big time.
Yeah, for both of us.
Yes. So I think that's probably what we're chatting about today is how our lives are.
Lifing.
But I got a Walmart rant
That
first.
I
Can
need to
we
hear that. Yeah, go.
story time?
Story
And here
time.
goes my nose. Did I rub my nose anytime we were talking beforehand? No.
No.
Is it's some sort of symptom in me that says, okay, Lori's just about to bitch, so let's rub my nose. Anyway,
Oh, I'm yawning like
yeah, there we go.
full-fledged on, fuck it.
Have you ever gone into a grocery store and you've done your own scanning, which is against my religion? Okay, let's just say that. But this one time, the other day, I had to run in and grab a couple things. And um, I thought, okay, I couldn't wait in the lineups, because God forbid anybody should help pack people's bags. No, they just stand there and watch you. And we've been there, done that. So let's move on to this situation. So I'm scanning, I think it was four items. One, two, three, four. Put my card in, paid. Has anyone been in the situation where the machine goes, "Thank you for shopping at Walmart. How did we do today?"
Yes.
Okay, I couldn't. So out loud, what does Lori Dean Plans do? Okay, I screamed, "I did really good with no training." And the Walmart person looked there and looked at me and she smiled. And I went, "I don't know how to answer that question because
You didn't do
I did
anything.
it.
Yes.
Walmart did nothing but provide the machine."
Exactly.
So that's my story. That's the only Walmart story I have. I feel like all I do is bitch and complain about Walmart.
Because
And yet
Walmart,
I'm sure someone doesn't write in there and I'm going to cough. I'm sure someone in the comments by now hasn't said, "Why do we even shop at Walmart if you hate it so much?" Well, because it's like 30 seconds down the street.
because I
That's
don't have a
why.
lot of options.
No, we don't. Thank you, Steph.
Like, you just don't. And there's
No.
certain towns here that there's not a lot of options. There's certain little towns here where all you got's a Dollar General or Family Dollar. That's where you shop.
And
You have to go into town to get to the bigger stores. But I read, speaking of Walmart, that there are some Walmarts in the States that are getting rid of self checkout.
why? Because people are stealing too
Yeah,
much.
yeah.
Mhm.
And I watched a
Well,
video the other night.
good
Kenny
on
and I,
them. Because you know what? If I was of that mindset, I would do it. If you guys want to not do any work, not do any like if I'm going to do all the work, anyway, I'm going to shut up on the subject because
I feel like though, if I'm gonna do my own everything, then there should be a discount
there should be something.
because you're not having to pay anybody to do this.
No,
But then they're gonna say we have to keep the machines up and blah 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 blah. Then pay a person.
that's right. Pay a
Ugh,
person
I
to do
just
it.
can't.
My big thing, and I've told you guys before, is when COVID came in, they got rid of the plastic bags
Oh yeah.
and they got in these bags that you have to bring your own. And You have to bag your own because the people don't want to touch other people's bags from outside to come in. So we got to bag our own. So not only do we shop, we got to bag, we got to fill our cart, we got to unload our cart, unload it at home, all that kind of stuff. And in our Walmarts, they didn't even bring it back. So now the people don't even still to this day bag our stuff. We still have to bag our own. So 9 times out of 10, if you've got a big order, they stand back and watch you bag. They'll stand back and watch you bag it all because she's waiting to check you out. And
Wow.
today, what was it today? It was yesterday. Yesterday, no, it wasn't yesterday. I was in the park yesterday. Okay. So what's today? Wednesday?
Yes.
Oh, so it must have been Saturday. Okay. So Saturday, I'm all so
I know.
Saturday, she says to me and Meg, she goes, "Well, can I check you out?" And I looked at her, I said, "Do we look busy to you? Right now we're bagging. You'll check us out when we're ready to check us out. Or do you want me to do that too? Do you want me to check us out? Because you know what? I will. I'm used to doing everybody's job here.
Right? You still haven't got your employee sandwich,
I haven't got my,
your
welcome
recognition
pack.
lunch.
No patch. No,
Nothing. No vest.
nothing. So
Oh, that's
anyway,
so funny.
rant
But
over. That's enough. I'm not going to complain
that's
about it
why
anymore.
I love my HEB because they bag your groceries. They even offer to carry them to your car if you want.
Yeah. Oh, we
Like
used to have
everything.
that. Yeah, we used to have
Everything.
that
Like
way back in
even
the.
at no, they do have self-checkout, but there's only like 4 registers. And it's for the people who want to zip in and zip out,
Yeah.
right? But then they have literally like 18 registers. And out of those 18, I would say 15 have employees at them.
Yeah.
Like there is never a time when I have to wait in a line. I may have to
See,
wait right behind somebody, but
yeah.
not in a line.
See, in our Walmart, there's about 15 checkouts, and
And
I'm not
when
talking self checkout, 15, and there's only maybe three
that
people
have a
working at
person.
them.
Yep.
It's absolute lunacy. I
Oh, at
remember,
HEB, they'll have a person like standing, like all the checkouts are there. There's a person standing here keeping an eye on everything. So if someone's like behind someone, there's an empty register, they're like, oh man, you can come right over here.
mhm,
Like it's glorious. Like it's about the
yeah,
customer. It's all about the customer, and
and that's
that's why I
been
don't shop at
lost.
Walmart.
Yeah, that's been lost here. But you know what? I'm shitting on Walmart, but it's every store in Canada that I
Yeah.
shop at. It's not just Walmart. What bothers me about the Walmart one is you want to implement this crap, that's fine. But at least fix the the
So,
the thing, the belt
the conveyor,
where
yeah.
the conveyor, so that when it comes down, it doesn't stop at the checkout girl.
Yes.
Because before it used to stop at her and she'd have the bag rack right in front of her to put
Right.
in the bags. Well, now it just all sits up there. And they won't, this is the thing that sends me off the deep end. They won't even pick it up from there and push it and put it down onto where you normally would keep all your full bags,
Yeah.
right? I have to reach across like a savage to, you know what I mean?
That is so
But
bonkers to
anyway, I was
me.
going to say my last topic of this subject, this little story time of mine, is is I remember a day when there used to be like the 14 and 15-year olds of the world would stand there
Back
and
your
bag your
groceries.
thing and
Hmm.
take it out to the car. And I remember when COVID came and they had brown bags. So she says, "Well, you have a choice of buying this bag or a brown bag." I said, "Well, why do I have to buy a brown bag?" And she goes, "Well, we sell the brown bags." I said, but we got rid of plastic to
Hmm.
save this. Brown bags are recyclable. You can recycle those. Why am I paying for it? I don't understand.
Try to
Ma'am,
get money everywhere.
ma'am, I'm surprised she didn't call me Karen. Ma'am, she might as well have called me Karen. But I'm not, listen, I'm not a mean-spirited person by any stretch of the imagination, but
No,
nowadays I am at my limit with people interactions. The stupidity of human beings is astounding to me, like absolutely astounding to me.
it's all the very arbitrary rules, regulations, implementations that
Yeah,
make zero
zero
sense
sense.
whatsoever.
Yeah.
And they still, it's like we're living in caveman time sometimes with some of this stuff.
Uh,
I'm just like, why?
what? I know.
It's crazy.
I I know. It is crazy. So yeah, that's the end of my little story. And I changed my top so my breastises don't come out, but they're coming out anyway.
It's okay.
Oh, so okay. So what are we chatting about? Let's see. Hmm.
So we're chatting about um our very busy lives right now. Like you have a lot going on, I have a lot going on, so we're just going to catch our audience up on our lives.
Okay.
Lives.
Life's
Lives. Lives.
life.
Yeah,
Life's
lives.
my life and
On
your
our
life.
stuff.
I just talked about the stupidity of human beings and I can't even come up with lives.
No, I'm like, lives,
Well,
lives. I feel like I'm by myself, like all alone trying to figure out the proper word. But no, I am on for everyone to
oh,
see.
by the way, Trish, thank you. I have a
Oh,
subscriber that buys me coffee.
oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah, she's so sweet. I love it.
That
So
is really
on
super
the way
sweet.
home, I picked another one up. There was enough for two, so I got one on one video a couple days ago in this one. So I just want to say thank you. She
That
probably
is
doesn't
so
listen to this
sweet.
podcast, but
It's okay.
yeah, to do a shout
So,
out.
you want to go talk about your life first or my life first?
Okay, well, we can intermingle. How's that? So my
Okay.
life. Okay, so I've said a few things here and there in my videos and whatever. A lot of you know that my father is my responsibility, and he has been a going concern lately. I don't even think Steph knows this, but um, hubby's had to go down there a couple times because he's gotten into a fight with the lady in the building, and I know. So that's been an ongoing situation, and we do grocery shopping for him and take him groceries. Well, mostly hubby, um, because I'm busy with the club at the time he decides to go. So I don't get down very often, but George does. So anyway, there's that on the go. I am extremely busy at the club. Like
It's
when
summertime.
it's summertime, everything's happening. I got rentals out the wazoo, and club members, and a lot of stuff going on there that some of it shouldn't be happening because we're all grown ass adults, but apparently no. And yesterday was Canada Day here, and we had down at the park we had a barbecue, and this is an example of that situation, seeing as how we're chatting. um, I said to at the meeting, I said, well, the Scott Davidson, who's our MP, our newly elected MP, has asked us to host a Canada Day thing, barbecue, and they would pay for it, and then we could donate the money to something in the town, which was an awesome gesture.
Yes.
So anyway, we decided to do that at the meeting. I brought it up, da 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 da, and yeah, I said the only thing is that it's going to be between 750 and 1,000 people. I said so we're going to need at the very least two barbecues going at any given time. We need hamburgers, buns, condiments, so we're going to have to all either step up and get some of this stuff. We can cut onions, cut lettuce, we can get
Yeah.
together and do like end of discussion. So that's the way it's going to go, right? And everyone's like, yeah, no, sounds good, sounds good. No,
No.
no, it didn't happen. Our president decided to get hamburgers through his restaurant, and which was fine. But he also decided to get the onions and everything cut up by his restaurant people. Okay. There wasn't enough onions. There wasn't enough lettuce. There was barely enough tomatoes. Um, the he forgot cheese, so he ran over to our local grocery store and got the plastic cheese. It was
Mhm.
sweltering out, so it was all glued together. It wasn't coming off the package properly, and the piece de resistance. Okay, one barbecue. What we were, I telling you, if I could have strangled these men right in the park and not and gotten away with it, I would have. I was furious. I walked up to them and I said, "Where's the other barbecue?" We decided. I said, "Oh, you decided? Oh, okay. Well, you got 750 people to feed here today. So you better get barbecuing." "Well, it's only 9:30." I said, "Listen to me. You need to get barbecuing, wrap it in foil, put it in the cooler, and then pull them out as we need them so that we're not behind." Oh, we were behind.
Oh yeah.
We had the MP pack up and leave, the the candy floss guy pack up and leave, and the Dairy Queen guy, the ice cream guy pack up and leave, and we still had a load of people down the block getting their free hamburger because these guys were barbecuing them six at a time. I can't. I was so stressed out yesterday. I can't, my blood pressure medication did not work. Okay.
It was beyond that.
It
It
was
was
beyond
beyond
that.
medication.
And yeah, so I that annoyed me all to death. Anyway, we get home from that. And so here's the other part of my life. And I've mentioned it in my videos a couple times. So my son and daughter-in-law, okay, if you don't know, George and I moved in a number of years ago with Brad and Megan to help with Elizabeth, my granddaughter. And she has since passed on, but they have now decided that they want out of this house. Okay. So they want to move a little further north. And, you know, although I swore this was going to be my last move, I can't fault them for wanting to do that. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
It's closer to where Brad works and Connor works and George works. So it would be easier for quite a
Everybody
few,
else.
everybody involved,
Except you.
everybody else, um, if we did that. So they've looked at a few. We had a realtor come. They told us what we need to do, meaning decluttering and getting rid of this and, for showing and all that kind of stuff. So, of course, your friend here has been going, even though this doesn't look it, I have decluttered a lot. Okay. I'm not going to lie. So there was that. And then last night after the barbecue, I hobbled in the house, came down and put a pillow underneath my knee because that's been on the go for the last little while. And my daughter-in-law comes in and she goes, "Okay, Nan, do you want to go down the basement and go through all the buckets?" And in my head, I'm thinking, hell no. But I knew it had to get done. So
Mhm.
hobble down the basement, go through all the buckets. And I just said, she opened the bucket and I went, "Throw it out. Bucket, throw it out." I literally threw out almost every single bucket that had planner stuff in it. My old planners, I didn't keep any of it. Not even if it had metal
Metal
discs.
discs.
I just tossed it. I can't even believe I'm saying that. I almost want to climb into that dumpster right now and go get my metal discs. Is that not savage?
No, I would feel the same way. But the thing is though, is it's not just you. If it would have been just you, then I think you would have taken the time, just rip it up, throw it in the trash, save your metal disc, right? But you got someone standing there who doesn't understand the
Well, that's true, but
the
I was
preciousness
also,
of metal
you
disc.
know what? I totally agree with you. But at the same time, I was so exhausted,
Yeah.
I didn't even want to rip them apart. That's how bad I was so tired.
But that's the thing is you wouldn't have done it then
No,
because you were so tired. So
yeah,
you're put in a position to where you have to make this executive choice that
yeah,
you wouldn't have made at a different time.
yeah,
If you were on your own, if you were working at your own pace and doing
yeah,
it, you would have handled it differently.
exactly.
And that is the challenge I feel like that you're facing right now is this isn't about you. It's about others. And so you're at the mercy of.
Yes,
And
yeah.
so decisions are being made and things are being
Even
done
though,
that are a little bit different than I think you would
right,
normally do.
but I don't, but I want it known that I wouldn't, how can I say this? I don't not want to move.
Right.
Like
No, I get that.
I want it to be easier for all of them, and financially, it's going to make they're going to get a crap ton of money for this property, so they could move up there mortgage free, stress free. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, do I want that for my kid and his family? Absolutely. So, you know, do I want to start packing up and no, I don't. But at the same time, I know I have to get rid of. I can't keep holding on to absolutely everything.
Yeah.
So that's what I've done over the past. So I've just been so busy doing that. And with the club and that and this move situation, I have not been able to breathe. And Steph knows that.
Hmm.
Like I can't hop on Zoom half as much as I used to be able to, and it's just it's a
And
sad
even
situation.
even when we have time scheduled,
I
it's
know.
like, oh, something, and either her or me,
Yeah,
one of us, something has come up and, oh, I have to postpone it a day, or can we do it a different time?
yeah.
Life is lifing. Um, so for me, my business is doing really well. I'm just behind because so part of my business, for those who don't know, I have a vintage inspired website, and my passion is junk journaling and all the vintage things. And so I do a lot of treasure hunting and put it on my website, right? I have behind me, not this, that's a hot mess, but there is at least 5 boxes of stuff that needs to go on my website. It's not trash. It's stuff that I have found in all my treasure hunting
Hmm.
that I haven't had time to put on my website because there's
Yeah,
so much all that time, right?
yeah,
Like Kaylin, and I'll talk about that in a minute, but Kaylin, my granddaughter, helped me clean up the other side because we're going to have a garage sale. So we're decluttering the house. I decluttered so much. I have oodles and gobs of stuff that is going in the garage sale, like a bunch of crafting stuff and
yeah.
stuff I don't want, I'm not going to use, right? So a lot of downsizing that. But it's nonstop and it's constant. And so Kaylin is now living with us, and she is a senior in high school. She's getting a job. She has to do driver's ed. So that right there, that's a whole lot of things that, you know, I'm not going to be able to just sit in my little happy place all day, every day, like I always do. It's going to be,
Hmm.
Nana, can you take me to work? Can you pick me up? This and that. And I don't mind it at all. This isn't me like, oh God, I can't believe it's just
Yeah.
to go into this is a different season of my life.
It's another thing that takes up a little
Yeah,
bit more of your
a
time.
little bit more time.
And just to
So
interrupt you for a quick sec, our clock stopped working. So just so you know.
I must have hit something. Oh, it's a stupid thing. It has a button.
Oh,
Anyway,
so I have no idea where we are, but that's okay.
it's okay. We're just
Yeah.
gonna keep talking. I don't know when it stopped. Um, so that plus we are going on vacation. Like I'm taking, oh, God, I can't believe I'm gonna say this out loud. A month off.
Oh my gosh. I didn't even know
So,
that. Are
so
you
what I
cray
have to,
cray?
yes. So what I have to do is everything that has to be done, I have to get it all done before I leave. That means subscription boxes have to get done. Uh, Working on Advent has to start. Like so much
Yeah.
because we're going to be gone almost the whole month of September because we're going to Montana to see Heather and the kids. Then we're going to go down to Idaho and see Kyle and the baby, and then we're going to stop along the way and enjoy ourselves. Because the last
Yeah.
time we went to Idaho, it was straight through. I mean, we
Yeah.
stopped and slept a couple hours because Kenny was still working. And so we just had a little bit of
The
time.
time. Yeah.
But now that he's retired, he wants to stop. And I mean, and the treasure hunting, I can't even imagine how many places I'm going to be able
I
to
was
like
just going to
hit.
say you are going to have so much fun,
Yeah, so
I
it's
think.
going to be a great time.
Yeah.
But this side of the business, that it's just me. So there's nobody that's back
Yeah.
here
Doing
getting
all the
stuff
work.
done,
Yeah.
right? It's so I have to make sure that I am ahead of the game.
Yeah.
I'm not even caught up into the game yet. I'm behind.
Yeah.
So it's it's a lot that I need to get done. It's gonna be well worth it. I have no regrets.
Yeah.
But all that to say is, right now, my life and your life are so busy
So busy.
that we have made an executive decision to pause the podcast. Not we're not
Not,
quitting,
no.
but we just need to kind of pause so we can let life
Yeah.
and come together and figure out what the future looks like and what we're going to be able to do.
Yeah.
So, because I mean, you're up to your eyeballs. I am buried
Yeah. Because
in
I'm also
stuff.
going on vacation the 1st of
Yes.
August for a week. And that's a week gone. And we
Mm-hmm.
always have to do double podcasts when either one of us were going away. So if you're going away for a month, that would be, you know,
Craziness.
six podcasts or
Yeah.
more, eight podcasts that
And then
we'd
I
have
feel
to
like it's so
pre.
irrelevant. Like if we're
Yeah,
recording that much, it's no longer in the moment. And our podcast, as much as we have topics and we talk about things, it's also every week life update. It's
yeah,
like this
it's
what's
just
going
jibber
on here.
jabber. Yeah,
Yeah. And so if we're recording so far in advance, I feel like it loses the authenticity
yeah,
of it.
I agree.
So
Well, because then it feels forced, right?
yeah.
Like, here's a prime example. So we thought, okay, one of our podcasts was going to be we were going to go vintage hunting and find $20 worth of only $20, see what we could find and talk about it on. Neither one of us have had time to go and buy the $20 worth
No,
of stuff.
it's just $20,
Okay?
but yeah, no
No,
time.
nobody has any time to do that. The other thing was we were going to do some sort of cluster thing, a competition of our. My stuff is in shambles. I couldn't find stuff to make a cluster to save my life right now.
I know.
So that just goes to show you how in upheaval we are in.
Yeah.
And like Steph said, all the stuff she's got to post and she's got to get ready. It takes, and I'm sure y'all are all know, to go away for a week. Honestly, I need 3 vacations to combat that. To
Yeah.
go away for a month, you must be going out of your tree.
Yeah, I'm having to make some hard decisions on what I can and can't do. I cannot do it all. I cannot squeeze a month's worth of content and all of that
Yeah,
into the next 2 months. Like
yeah.
that's impossible. So I'm having to
No,
make some hard decisions. But and I also know that I will be doing some work on the road. It's ridiculous to think that I'm not going to be on my laptop doing, various different things
hmm,
in the evenings or whatever, while we're
yeah,
camped out and stuff like that. And I will need decompress time. I can't go
no,
for days on end. So I will need like a day of just like in my pajamas doing nothing on
yeah,
the computer, that kind of thing. So I'm blessed in the fact that, some parts of my job I can do while I'm on the road.
yeah,
And then others I can't. Like I could honestly even record on the road.
Yeah.
if I took enough things. So I'm just having to make some hard decisions. But I want to get like all the stuff that I have now, I want to get that sold.
Yeah.
So when I go treasure hunting and bring home more stuff,
Yeah.
then I
It's not
can,
going to be a problem.
right, because here's the thing. I know not everybody can go hunting, and just because I find something doesn't mean you'll ever be able to find it. Like if things are so unique to geographic area and whatever. So,
Hmm.
anyway, I don't even know what my point to all that was. I lost my train of
So
thought.
your point to that is, well, I'm going to make a point to that.
Okay.
So in saying all that, how busy we are and all the stuff, it does not mean that maybe if it so happens that we've got a couple hours and we want to sit down and jibber jabber and catch you all up on what's happening over the
Yeah.
course of the summer or whatever, we might do that.
Yeah.
It's just that we're not going to put the pressure on ourselves to schedule this because, as I've said before, and I give credit where credit's due, because I may sit here and chat my brains out, but after this is over, Steph does all the work. So it's, to find a couple of hours for me to jibber jabber is one thing, but then she has a couple hours more after that, editing and uploading and getting all the stuff together. So, you know, when I say we're going to take a little break over the course of the summer and reassess how we're going to do things and whatever, it does not mean we're not doing it ever again.
No.
That at this point, that's not our intention. Our intention is just to go with the flow with how busy we are right now
Yes.
and assess as we go along. And like I said, if we want to do a mini-sode, if we happen to have a little bit of
Yeah.
time in between, we'll throw in a mini-sode just to update y'all. But it's not going to be a scheduled every Tuesday we're going to record because that's what
Hmm.
our schedule is every single Tuesday. And I, for one, and I'm sure Steph's the same, is when I can't, I feel like I'm letting her down because it's her time that I'm impeding on too. Right. So prime example, today, yesterday we couldn't because I was doing the stupid thing down at the park, getting all stressed out. Okay. But we were going to do it today. And then I had to message her and say, sorry, I'm going to have to postpone till later on this afternoon because I got to go pick my son up. His work truck broke down and anyway, da 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 da. That goes to show you how life gets thrown a curveball. But my point to that is every single time I have to do that, I feel bad because it takes Steph's time away that she's allotted to do all the things that she does on her end. So we just want to alleviate that pressure on each other,
Yes.
right? And go with the flow for the summer, see how things go, and then reconvene in the fall when she comes back from her vacation and she's all refreshed and has 9 million ideas for our new
Oh, right.
podcast to start.
No pressure.
No pressure. But that's kind of where we're at. It's just today's video. We were just jibber jabbering about our life and what our thought processes are and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I'm not ending it. I'm just saying, make sure you leave in the comments what you think about that. And,
Yeah.
we're always up for ideas on what to do too. So once
And I
we're,
think I think, coming together and doing a little life update, here, there, and
yeah,
yonder during your
yeah,
break is a really good idea.
mhm.
Because honestly, we're already on Zoom. All I have to do is press record and we just
Yeah,
jibber
exactly.
jabber and talk about it,
Yeah,
and go from there. So it's not like it's gonna take us a whole lot to give
no.
a short, quick update.
Yeah, I think it's just a matter of not having that schedule in our faces to stress us out about meeting that
Yes.
schedule when you're
Yep.
so busy and you've got so much to do. And, you know,
And my
obviously,
my schedule is going to change the moment Kaylin gets a job,
yeah,
because I'm going to be at the mercy of her schedule and when I have
yeah,
to, pick up and drop off and all of that kind of
all
stuff.
that stuff.
So
Yeah,
and it does become, it's like, okay, well, I can't do it on this day and this time, and you're like, yeah, but I can't do it here.
yeah.
So it just gets to where, okay, well, I guess we don't do
See,
it this week.
and that's the thing because Steph has Patreon. I don't. So she's got to also uh, etch
The
time for her Patreon
one-on-ones
people.
and Zooms and
So it becomes a situation where, yeah, it's like when you're sitting there looking at the schedule and you're like, okay, well, I got that. Okay, let's try this. How about this one? You know, we've got a problem when neither one of us can find the time. And
At the same
it's
time.
at the same time, but also my thing is, and I keep stressing it because it is a big deal, is that after the podcast is over, like when we're finished recording, her Steph's job's not finished. And that I think that's why it stresses me out a little bit when I have to screw around this with the schedule because it's her schedule more so than mine that gets mucked up. So sorry, Steph.
That's a, I mean,
And
I make it work.
no, but you know what? And we've both had to
Yes.
conflicts of interest and stuff like that. But still, it's me. I have this thing where I don't want to. I don't like letting people down. So it bothers me when I have to say, "Hey, Steph, guess what?"
But my life has lifed so much
Yeah,
and has affected other people so much that I 100% understand where you're coming
yeah.
from. But I also, because I've had to be the person, I never hold it against somebody who,
No,
because I know you. You're not sloughing off. You're not like, "Oh, I'm just tired." Not,
I
it's
don't
not
want
like
to
that.
do it.
Yeah, it's
No.
not that at all. It's extenuating circumstances, and I'm all about giving people grace when there's extenuating circumstances.
Yeah.
So, I mean, give me a break. On my live the other night, I had to mute myself because my son called.
Uh,
I would
you know,
never do
I
that.
I know I was surprised you did that because I'm thinking to myself, okay, what's happened? Because usually you would say, "Sorry, guys, but," and then we'd be okay.
I
Talk amongst
ignored the
yourselves.
I
But
know
then
I
I
ignored the
know,
first call, but then I got so worried that just y'all became non-relevant, and it was just like, why is he, this
yeah.
is like an emergency,
So
because we
I
had storms and
so
I
I
thought something horrible had happened.
so I grabbed my converter and I'm like, did I hit the down button? Have I got the thing? Like, I'm checking all my situation because I'm thinking there's no way it could be happening on Steph's end. It has to be my
No, it was
situation.
me. It was all me. But that just goes to show that life happens in a moment. Like, you don't
Yeah,
have control over that.
no,
So, and I would have never done that. But Kenton never, usually if my kids call and I don't answer, they'll text me and say, "Hey, not a big deal. Call me when you get a chance."
yeah,
Right? It was a call right after the other, and I'm like, something's wrong. And we were having bad thunderstorms, and I thought, oh my God, someone is a wreck, somebody got hurt, something happened.
yeah.
Because he never ever does that. Now, something did happen. It wasn't life threatening, but it was, um, they had lightning strike and it fried all of their electronics.
No way. Wow.
Their fire alarms were going off and they wouldn't shut off. Like, it was a deal. And he didn't know what to do, and it was
Yeah,
like a thing. And it's like, call mom. That's what you do when
yeah.
you don't know what to do. You call
That's
mom.
exactly what you. Well, hence today, call
Yes,
mom.
call mom. It doesn't matter how
Mom,
old they
I'm stuck
are.
on the side of the highway. Can you come and it's like, what?
And you're not like, sorry, I have to record a
Yeah, I'm
podcast.
sorry. I made a deal with Steph.
So you're gonna have to
I would
sit
have heard
there.
the eyes rolling in the back of the skull all the way over here.
I know. But that's just the way it goes.
It
And
is.
it's always family first with me. Always, always.
100%.
So
Yeah.
if that is what is popping up for us, then so be it.
Yeah.
So, but yes, we will be back probably
Yes.
in the fall, like she was saying. And we will try. I'm not making any promises, but we will
No.
try to do even if we just post in the community, like just making a post in the community,
Yeah.
hey, we're still alive, we're still
Yeah.
good. Life is just lifing hard.
Maybe I'll post in the
Um,
community page a story.
yeah. So, but also if you want to keep up with us outside of the podcast, you can follow Steph's Design Space and all the places, um, as well as Lori Dean Plans.
Yeah.
So she has a YouTube, I have a YouTube. Sorry, I don't know what the deal is. We both have Instagram, we both have Facebook groups. I mean, you can find us
Mhm.
and be more in tune with what's going on. we're just gonna have to take a break from the podcast.
But I think we have all our info tagged in the
Yes,
description of the podcast too. So
yes,
you'll find it there if you want to go there
yeah. And just
and
click
uh
and click
and
and
click and
follow and go. So you'll still kind of know what's going
yeah.
on with us. Just it won't be via the podcast. It'll just be via our other places.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's all the lifing I got. I'm exhausted
Yeah,
now.
I
I
don't
think
have
I
any
need a
more.
nap.
I know I'm all stressed out about my story about yesterday.
I'm all
It,
stressed out because it
it's
literally made it so real to say it out loud that I have a month's worth of work to do.
I know I'm
And
kind of scared for you.
mm,
It's okay. It'll be okay. Oh, by the way, I want to say one thing. August 3rd to the 10th, I am driving, I know, to New Brunswick with my son and new daughter-in-law. And yeah, we're going to go. So if you live in New Brunswick, let me know. Maybe we can
go
have a
grab a coffee.
coffee,
A
grab a
cafe.
coffee.
Cafe.
Maybe I'll bring you a little giveaway, little
Oh,
something, something.
people are gonna be
If
like, I'll meet you in New Brunswick, and they'll be
yeah,
driving
I
far and
was,
wide.
I was going to ask you, where does Megan from Cute Cat Craft live? Is it?
Oh, she lives in Saskatchewan.
Oh, way on the, okay.
Yeah, like way. That's I'm like
Yeah.
Saskatchewan,
Sorry, I was going to
way
say,
over
can't have a
there.
coffee with Megan. Because I
No,
was thinking, oh, I'll have a coffee with Megan because I
nope,
couldn't remember. But yeah,
Saskatchewan. And
cool.
the fact that I know that, and the fact that I can say that, can we just take a moment?
Yeah.
Yeah, because that
What?
words are hard.
Well,
Saskatchewan.
Saskatchewan. Yeah,
Like
it's,
that's a normal thing for you, but for
yeah.
me, that's like I couldn't even spell it though. Like I just know
Oh,
what it sounds like. There's no way I could spell that. But anyway, that's totally
it's okay.
irrelevant. But
It's
yes,
okay.
so if you
Sometimes there's days I can't even spell the. So,
no. Okay. Oh, at the beginning was it on the podcast and I'm like lives. So
yeah, lives.
yeah,
Lives, lives. Is it lives or lives?
lives.
I think
I
it's
don't
I
know.
think it's Life apostrophe S.
I think so too.
Lives.
Lives. It just sounds weird.
Correct us if we're wrong. Well, I'm sure some of you will.
We have some very faithful correctors
We
in
do.
our presence. So
So helpful.
so very helpful. All right, guys, that's all I got. You got
Yeah,
anything else?
I don't.
All
We'll
right.
miss you. We'll
We
miss
will
you.
we'll miss you, but
Okay.
follow us in the places and you won't have to miss us.
Yeah.
All right.
Toodles.
Bye.